Okay, it was just 3:33. I was getting this ready to go, but I wanted to check my microphone. So, oh, look at that, little prongs, right? Whoo! This little piggy went to market over here. This little pig stayed home. Anyway, sorry if you can hear, I have a fan oscillating, so if you hear a little bit of static in the background, because I'm in the kitchen, so there is the fridge, and I have a fan, because it's quite warm today. But yeah, I'm not keen on the air conditioner, especially all the crap it brings in, so yeah, I'll be sharing my solution to that for people with Morgellons who want to, you know, I don't know if it's even possible to clean out your, the central air system, all the what do they call that, the shafts, the, yeah. I'm sure there's a service out there somewhere, but it's probably not cheap, but yeah, when I do that, when we buckle down for the winter and stuff, actually probably before that, but just need to sit down and, because I'm going to go around and cut out cardboard and duct tape that on the underside of the vents that are on the floor, block it off somehow from outside. The dryer, I'm getting an all-in-one washer dryer. That's one unit, one machine, one drum, you know, and it's non-ventilating, so I don't have to worry about things, it pulling stuff in from outside. So you get a lot of Morgellons tracking in from your shoes, your dryer, and your central air system, your ventilation system. Not ventilation, but, you know, duct, that's what it is, the ducts, heating ducts. Right, okay, thank you. Because I need duct tape for my son's trampoline. Anyway, so, not that people with Morgellons are watching the readings, but just in case, you know, you never know. Some people might have it and they don't know. But yeah, I'll be doing a little solution-oriented session for the Morgies out there. It's a lot easier to be targeted and be a TI when you have all that stuff swimming around. You know, so mine's all been deactivated, and I do a regular baking soda water cleanse just to make sure. And I've been sleeping so much better, haven't been hearing the muffled voices thing and different sound effects when you're just about to fall into that deep sleep. Boom, you hear like door knocking sounds or a book slamming sound. So none of that's been happening. Probably coincided with when I did the first cleanse and I had all the dye off, the blue fuzz all coming out all over. So that's really important to me. So people healing from that. So that's and even if you don't have it or you don't think you're not having any symptoms, I had it for a long time before I started having symptoms. So, and it's just good, any parasites, to do cleansing. So I'll share that probably because it's pretty quick, just the baking soda water, how I do it when I share, because I have a bunch of stuff to juice, so I want to share that with you guys. I'm going to make some fresh juices. So yeah, I'm going to do like a little health cleansing, nutritional, because I think it's really important, and especially I did have a yogurt today. Oops. It was so good. It was like a Greek yogurt, like key lime with the little toppings, the little white chocolate chips, the little flip yogurt thing. Oh, anyway, the food bank gives us such awesome stuff. We got like raw, organic, whole milk, grass-fed cows, non-GMO, with the cream top and oh my god, it's so good. Anyway, yeah, that's another thing I'm going to talk about in the nutritional videos. The lactose intolerance that we have, it's because we're drinking pasteurized milk, which kills the lactase. Anything with ASE is the enzyme that breaks down the sugar the matching sugar that ends in OSE. So lactose is the sugar, and then lactase is the enzyme that breaks down that sugar. specific for that sugar. So when we cook it, pasteurize it, especially ultra pasteurized stuff, it's killing bacteria and stuff that's harmful, but it's also killing the enzyme. So the sugar's still present. You can't kill the sugar, okay? It's still there. But the enzyme is now dead. So now you're getting the lactose without the lactase, hence lactose intolerance. No one's really lactose intolerant. It's just we're missing the lactase in the milk, the raw milk, okay? The baby cows, they get the raw milk, the baby humans, the whatever, okay? So when we're cooking everything, we're just killing it. We're just eating dead stuff. They'll, you know, vitamins and minerals will be in there, but we're not getting these enzymes, these amino acids, all these things that are really just, it's the vibrance and the life of the food that, you know, you make a part of you. And so if we're just putting dead stuff, even if it's super healthy, organic, unfiltered apple juice, it's still pasteurized. It's, you know, so I really like juicing my own juices as much as possible. And, you know, I'm not really a dairy person, but I did make iced coffee, a couple iced coffees with that milk. Or did I just have one this morning? I can't remember. I think I just had one. Yeah, but that was tasty. I gotta admit, that was tasty. So, and of course it feels good. The animals are taken care of. It's not a dairy lot like I've seen out in New Mexico when I lived out there. They're grass-fed. They're, you know, you want to do local, conscientious farms, okay? And local just because all the pollution to transfer your food, okay, so anyway, I'm kind of going off on that tangent because I'm really getting into, because I'm going to go on a hike for the solstice, equinox, whatever we're calling it. Whatever the is for that thing that we're going to experience. And I don't believe it's anything harmful, and people, this big thing about all the glasses you got to wear, and I'm probably not going to be looking directly at it anyway. I'm going to be hiking, but I don't believe God makes things that would do like damage to our corneas or this, but I mean, it's not like you're, I don't know, sun gazing, this and that. People can say what they want. I don't really have, it's kind of like the pathless way. You just be in that vibration and you're there instantly. There's no path, there's no meditation, there's no ritual, there's no paraphernalia to do it. There's just, you can just be there in an instant, boom, and be in that vibration, and then you're there. Okay, so anyway, that's why eating living food is so, because you know, all this process, you just, boom, you're right there, you're right aligned with that. You're living, it's living, boom, it just, you just sponge it right in. Your body loves it. It's just, oh yeah, more of that, right? Just, and not your ego going like, oh, that's so soothing to my damaged soul. No, not that's, no. So, okay. Blah, 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 blah. I forgot to show, this was just that little crazy magical sinks, when I shared that, I shared this little reading, but, so these were all the cards, okay? But on the, the next top card was the Lover's card. I don't know, I didn't look back. I don't know if I showed, I don't think I showed you guys. I looked and I meant to, and I think I did watch it back. I'm like, let me go check the bottom. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't show them. That was the Lover's card. So that was the next top card. I might have shown, I can't remember. 10 of Wands. So we're getting like 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. That's why I'm saying like outdone, over. Do you want love or not? And this keeps coming to me too. Because I'm dealing with like past friends, and I'm just like, God, I finally just really have to let them go. I can't believe it. I can't be stuck with them. We can't even have. Anyway, y'all know how it is. So it's done. It's over. But I've known this person since 6th grade, and a bestie, and I'm just like, man, all these people that I've had this issue with, and it's just a normal thing that we do. Do you want to be happy? Or do you want to be right? I'll be like, even if I'm right, y'all just, I'll be the scapegoat. I'll be wrong. Y'all could be right. Like, I just want to be happy. Fuck being right. It doesn't matter. We don't even know what's right really anyway. But we do know what feeling good and feeling happy is because we experience that. So do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? You have to let go of control and being obsessed and addicted to attachment of anything. Someone's reaction, the outcome of a situation. This means that. No, it doesn't. Who said? We draw these loose causal relationships because this equals that. No, it doesn't. This is this and that's that. Why can't we just accept everything for what it is? Like when people want to psychoanalyze you, it's just like, oh yeah, okay, you're like that because you were molested. Okay, so there, maybe if I wasn't molested, I could have ended up having worse problems. You know what I mean? There's no correlate. There's no science. That's not scientific method. So I don't want to hear it. Right? That's how we need to be. I'm not saying that to anybody. I'm saying this is what we need to embody. Just know our truth. Know, let go. You're not tricking your mind and saying, oh yeah, you're right. No, you can just be like, you know what? I know I'm right. And they're fucking just, okay, whatever. So let them be right. Let them fall on their face. They have to. Oh, and thank you, team, because that reminds me. So 10 of Wands, Lover's card. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? Have the balls to be you. So in this deck, the very first reading I've only done, this is the 4th time even pulling him out of the box, but so I did it just for myself, and I forgot all the cards that came up, but I know it was the Knave of, I thought it was the 2 of Swords, but then I read the quote and I'm like, no, it wasn't that, because I remember the quote specifically is what called to me. So that's the Knave of Swords. Or Page of Swords. 2 of Swords might have been in there too, I'm not sure. I know the 7 of Swords, I think, somewhere that keeps coming up. So as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man chooseth, so is he. That's the 2 of Swords. So, all of it is you. Your thoughts, the choices you make, the actions you take or don't take, it's all you. So what came up was, there was 4 cards, I think, because I wanted to do what's his fire right now, what's his water right now, what's his, so what's he thinking, what's he feeling. Okay, so the 4 elements, right? Well, there's the 5th, but so I do remember the King of Wands specifically, and then I remember this quote, and then I found it, so it was the Page of Swords. And this says, when the student is ready, the master will appear, and that's a Buddhist proverb. First time I heard that, my daddy said that to me. Just this year, I think. So, when the student is ready, the master will appear. So that with the King of Wands is saying to me that, my twin, and so there's others too, on the same wave, they, or whatever you want to call it, frequency, and quantum leaps can happen, so you can, I don't know, you can go up, down, but I don't know. I'm just saying the message I got was with that proverb specifically, okay, and he's sitting down at that desk, he's ready to learn, he's eager to learn because he knows it's 10 of Wands time. He doesn't care about being right, he just wants to be happy, he just wants love, he's ready to let go, he's ready to sit down and shut up. And put your head down, pay attention, right, I just keep hearing the teacher, you need to be writing this down. You need to be writing this down. You need to be, see how he's just like, he doesn't even have a second to look up to see what the teacher looks like and what they're wearing or if they're hot or not, male, female. They're just like, like a robot. They're just like, they're like being like the supercharged, like Energizer Bunny, Terminator, right? They're just powering through. It's like cramming for a final, you know? But they want to be on time and know all the information. They want to ace that test. So if they got to cram, stay up all night, drink a pot of coffee, they're going to do it. Okay, they're ready, whatever it takes. Okay, this is the student's ready. Okay, the master's here, their team. Okay, poo, 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 poo. They're being pulsated. They're getting pulsed, right? Spiritually targeted. So, okay, that with the King of Wands. Okay, so that's the Divine Masculine. And I don't know if this was like a next top card or as I was shuffling, it was on the bottom or in the bottom or top of one of the chunks that was in my hand. But so this came out to him like, oh, okay, so it was important because it was a Queen of Wands, but not just that because of what it says. So we have the King and Queen, okay? And I just knew because of what it says right here. And this is Benjamin. Oh, Disraeli, but Disraeli, D-I-S, okay, Disraeli. Benjamin Disraeli. The greatest good you can do for another is not just to share your riches, but to reveal to him his own. Like leaders creating more leaders, not a bunch of zombies, followers, okay? So, you know, that's like what I had to do with my twin. I'm like, you know, I'm trying to survive over here. You can't try to survive on someone who's trying to survive. You gotta cut them off the teat, right? You gotta go find your way, and I gotta find mine. And he mirrored that back at me with like rejecting me, you know. But so it all happened how it's supposed to. But you know, this is what they're learning. You know, if you don't have a washer and dryer, guess what? You got to go get quarters and go to the laundromat, right? You can't be like bumming off, hey, can I use your washing machine? Right? You gotta fucking find a way. Like, you don't have to have a fancy brand new washing machine. Like, I want one eventually, because then because I get distracted with my son, and then you leave things in the washer and you're like, fuck, now I gotta wash them all over again. And or you fall asleep before you get them into the dryer, or they're wrinkly, that whatever. Okay, so these are conveniences for my life to just let it flow better. I don't care how much it costs. It's not about money to me. It's about quality of life. Okay, so they're going to have a better quality of life when they can be responsible for everything themselves. Their laundry, their food, their bills, their dishes, their whatever, okay? Their addictions, their whatever, okay? Let them find their way. They can't find their way if people keep helping them, guiding them, this. How are they going to find it? It's about seeking it, right? There's no hand holding their hand, guiding them. They have a team. It's your team, your twin. Okay, it's the same team. They have the same team guiding them. So you don't need to do anything. I don't think about my twin meditating, send him love. If a dream comes in, it just comes in. I'm like, whoa, all these dreams coming in, and it's like probably thinking about my twin even less right now. But it kind of makes sense because like when I'm chill, eat good energy, equilibrium, but I'm more open, I guess, more receptive. So, but okay, there you go, you guys. So just wanted to share that because that was in the silent reading. That was important, and I really felt that was important. And so, however, whatever the dynamic in the twin flame, you know, and they're usually, in any relationship, I mean, there usually is one, it's hard to say it's so balanced. That's why I think there's a twin flame thing, because there's usually always one that's more giving, more loving, more nurturing, more, and I mean, you try to be as balanced as possible, but I think that's what the twin flame whole thing is like that perfect balance, right? That give and receive, the equilibrium, the balancing of masculine, feminine. So, you know, it's not just like, oh, that's just the way it is. One person's always just like, no, that, it doesn't have to be that way. It's 100, 100. It's honey, it's honey, honey. It's 100, 100. It's not 50, 50. It's 100, 100, right? Oops. Dropping boxes. All right, so we're done with that deck. And I wanted to read this quickly. This is from this, that was the Sacred Circle Tarot deck. The one with the lovers and stuff that I showed you. What's that? Oh yeah, the King of Cups. That came up in the reading, so that was the chunk on the top. So, this deck, I just wanted to read you the insert card because there were some synchronicities with some words in there. Beautiful. Bird tribe. So, so let's see here. The artwork of winged enchantment. Driven by, did I say enchantment? Yeah. My brain is like, the artwork of winged enchantment. Okay. Driven by inspiration and charged with animal energies, Lisa Hunt created the watercolor paintings for Winged Enchantment Oracle by developing an artistic fusion. That word stood out to me. Well, an animal energies, but fusion, okay, that suggests our deep connection with the avian world. This effect was accomplished by allowing humans and birds to form a visual union. Sorry it's dark in here, but I like natural light, so it'll be different when I put the cards up. You can see better, but y'all don't need to see me. Oh, okay, where'd I go? So, visual union, with the intent of creating a seamless transition between the two realms. So that's a little bit that I didn't clarify as much when I went back and watched it, so I just want to touch on it a bit, and I think it was during the silent reading. Unintentionally silent reading. The bat medicine, what I meant by transition, like that blossoming, like in the dance world, okay, but what it, you know, whether it's dance or cheerleading, or just journeying through life, the grace from like hitting your mark to hitting your mark from, like, you know, so like cheerleading, like this position to like this position, whatever, you know, but it's like, you don't have this floppy transition from here to here, you know, like whatever, however they do it, like duh, duh, you know, it's not like duh, but hey, duh, right? So the transition is like smooth, strong, at a steady pace, okay, graceful. So that transitioning energy from bat, it wasn't just, I was trying to explain from hitting position to position to position, the transition between position to position. Okay, so it's that transitioning period for it to be more graceful, more fluid, okay? So like the feminine, but it has that steady charge and pace of the masculine and that push of the masculine, you know? So, let's see if there was anything else in here. So seamless transition, visual union, fusion, animal energy is rare. So between the two realms, okay, so seamless transition between the two realms, like that figure eight, from this realm to that realm, seamless transition, okay, it's always going towards the other one, and then it's going towards itself again, and towards itself again. It's never pulling away. It's always coming back, coming back, coming back. So, the two realms. Okay, so, and you can, realms could be anything. You can, two realms, masculine, feminine, two two things, right? The higher duality, two things that are attracted, okay? That it's not opposing. So this blending of features allows a means of seeing the birds, often in their respective habitats, from a more human perspective. And I think that's called anamorphism. The resulting shape-shifting portraits mesmerize the viewer with their powerful mythos. Mythos, well, mythos, maybe the collections of myth, the Akashic collections of the myth. I don't know, I'd have to look that up, but hold on one second here, getting dry. Tea mixed with organic mango lemonade. Okay, so, and I will pull a couple cards that they weren't in the silent reading, but, so this is the one that flipped out. And there was a big chunk. I think it stopped right there. Okay, so let me just show you these cards. We'll just grab them all right here. Silver Vibration's interesting because silver keeps coming up. There was silver something, Silver Street or something when I was looking on the trail map. So silver vibrations. So if you have a silver bracelet or silver chunk of silver tooth, no. I'll have to look up, you know, because I usually do, like, I really haven't thought of, like, metals. I mean, this is the bismuth is an element, but I always think of, like, gemstones and stuff. I don't really think of, like, oh, metal energy. Even though I was getting ore, like iron ore, copper ore energy, and I'll go into that I don't want to say channeling or whatever you want to call it, but you get things coming into your head. Like you'll see visuals, you'll hear something, and then all these dots connect, and you're like, okay, I think I'm seeing what the message is. Just like when you do cards, you know, it's just a different way, changing it up. So this is the one that flew out, or this was upset. It was kind of by itself, and then there was like a big chunk, and then I think I showed a few that were on the top that I felt like all kind of connected to. So beautiful blue. What does it say? Guidance. Oh yeah, I was getting Archangel Michael from this because all the blue and then the fact that it said guidance. So I don't know if, oop, crack table. The little latch in there. So if you want to, I don't know if you can read that yourself. So, release the past. Okay, 10 of Wands. Okay, we're done with that card. Next, okay. Release the past to the eternal winds and allow new energies to enter your life. Okay. This is the message. Okay. You are a creation that is vast and endless. Yes, you are eternal, an eternal being of light. With no beginning and no end, allow your life to flow like a river. The spirit of life will guide you and keep you safe. And the spirit of life is love. Life wanting to live. Seeds, proliferation, more and more abundance, more, can't get enough, right? More abundance. So know they're up there when you're gazing. I'm because a lot of us do this. I do this all the time. You know, we love nature. We gaze at the stars. We gaze at the clouds, the sunset, the trees. When you do that, when you're gazing at nature, remember that they're gazing back. It's all around you, right? All the spirits of everything, the clouds, the trees, the rocks, the water, all those benevolent spirits are like, you're enveloped in it. It's all around you, supporting you like a big puffy marshmallow. No gelatin. Right? Kind of almost looks like a face right here, like 2 little eyes, cheekbones, little nose, like mustache coming off. The mouth, his jaw dropped. Where'd it go? Boing, it's like way down here or something. So, guidance, just know, okay? And Archangel Michael, especially for the twin flames. So that was the one when the big chunk flew out. The one chunk stayed by itself. This was face down like that. So the words were face up, and then this chunk was, the picture was face up. And I can't remember, I think it's still in the same order, but I know this was the one that was on the top. Okay, and in the reading that I shared yesterday, the quick one with the sacred circle, the Fool was crowning, and the masculine got the wheel and stuff, and the divine, 7 of Wands, the wheel, and something else, the Chariot, yeah, and then the feminine got 2 of Cups, the King of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. I can't remember the other one. I think 3 of Swords was at the foundation. I'm not sure. But I know the Fool was crowning. And, you know, to be the Fool and let go of all that stuff. I mean, forgiveness is a big one. And self-forgiveness, which is shame, okay? And then others, blame, okay? So forgiveness, 360 of forgiveness. So 360 of everything. So when we forgive, all the way around, we got to forgive, okay? Now we're going to go into the energy of acceptance. Now we got to accept all the way around when it comes to our finances, our health, our living situation geographically. Okay. 360 energy, and with the eclipse, right, it's eclipse 360 all the way around. So when we get rid of something, you got to get it all. It's like getting rid of smoking cigarettes, okay? Oh, I'm only going to smoke on the weekend, or only want to have a beer, or only... No, you eclipse it, it's gone, it's done, and it's not coming back. Okay, so forgiveness, eclipsing, shame, blame, resentment, gone. So you either hold on to it, and it's going to appear in every aspect of your life, or you eclipse it, 360 it, and boom, it's eliminated, okay? It's been ozoned. Forgiveness. I'm not going to read all the cards, just that one, because that was the one that was the most important. I'll just show the front. So then it was Heart's Desire. Look at the star right where her heart is, okay? Again, there's the sun in that picture. And there's the sun right there. The S-O-N. So, right, was this the sun or the moon? Yeah, that was the sun. This could be the moon because it does look dark around her. But see how it looks like it's so bright yellow like the sun, but okay. So it's like moon, sun dancing together, right? The heart's desire, they want to come together. So then divine will. This almost looks like a bunch of sperm trying to get into an egg. I see eyes. There's some cool imagery in there. So that's divine will. Then Faith. And this card I really like when I was just looking through each card, getting a visual imprint, reading the word on it when I first got it a few days ago. This stood out because I was like, I like how they put Faith with this image of just kind of, just see how it's just easy breezy, the wind, just going with the flow. You can't really make out, you just know it's light, your discernment tells you it's good, it's light, it's benevolent. You don't have to know exactly everything that's in there. And we're not supposed to, I mean, obviously, or else we would know right now, right? So. And then Alchemy, and of course, I mean, there you go, that's just twin flame all the way. Two becoming one. See the single flame in the center? And that high vibrating, like, plummy, yeah, very plum colors. Very high vibration chakra. Crown chakra. Sahasrara. See how the, it's like two lungs, okay, they perform one task. One, it's complete with, in and of itself, that face, right? But see how they come together, they make this third energy. Takes on an energy all its own, because it's the circuit now, the energy, the flow, the circuit that's been created between the two. Which is already happening, whether you're in separation or not. You have that connection. So that's the third. And it's there available to do all kinds of things with, you know. Make babies, beautiful blessings, or whatever you want to bring into your life. More abundance. So, and the reason why the 33 with those kids and the blue and the red and that reading and the, because Christos, he came up twice. So with forgiveness, and the last time I shared these cards with you guys, and that was a different one. So Christ is all over this deck. I love it. I'm so glad. I didn't even know when I got this deck that it was so Christ conscious. So he's got hearts, and it's all white all around his neck there, hearts. Like one little glowing spot of gold, like the sun, right? Looks very cosmic. Kind of looks like the world, right? Like if you just kind of like you're looking at it from space, right? Oh, there's the Savior. And then I think, okay, I think these were on the top, but renewal called to me because it had the serpent on there. And again, this another sun. So we had emotional breakthrough. Again, another sun. Okay, sun all over this reading. That's like another rising or setting sun. So emotional breakthrough, which I think I was really getting that for the divine masculine. Specifically, and I think all the other cards pretty much apply to both, the ones that I've shared so far. A place beyond time. See that pink, that unconditional love. So just enchanting and magical, right? But it, right, because it makes you feel so warm, abundant, just unconditional love, God's love, right? Faith, divine will, Christos, forgiveness, your heart's desire, a place beyond time, which is you, your spirit, you're timeless, you're eternal. Alchemy, emotional breakthrough. So, renewal. So that was a chunk, okay, that was, and so this was the one that was by itself, okay, and that was the chunk, and this was the one that was on top of the chunk facing up. With picture up. The other one was by itself to the side, words up, so that I think was the most important message, was just guidance. Okay, you have it. Tap into it, it's there. Stop telling yourself it's not, because it is. As long as you're in your I can't presence, there's no room for you to be in your I am presence. Okay, so renewal, again, another sun. Okay, there's the serpent. That's wisdom, the divine mother, the red of the earth, okay, the blood of the flesh. Okay, and then all this blue, like the father, okay, so the mother and the father, the masculine, the feminine, the red and the blue, again, another sun. Okay, this the rising of the divine feminine. See how he's calling her up, he's coaxing her up. It's like, oh, it's okay to come out now. It's like the tree spirits and the animals, they're afraid to talk to us. They're afraid to come out. They're afraid to show themselves. There's a lot of interdimensional beings or whatever who are benevolent, who share the same space in a different frequency, whatever. And, you know, a lot of concealment, because just like animals in the wild, they want to stay hidden and elusive because they're afraid. Because look at what we've done as humans, you know. It only makes sense. It's self-preservation. So that's what the veil is coming down as we are more and more open by releasing fear, because we know there's nothing to be afraid of. Nothing can harm us. The eclipse can't harm you. The interdimensional beings can't harm. Even demons, the devil, the whatever, can't harm you. Okay? You choose. It begins and ends with you. You allow. Even if someone cheats on you, you have the power to say, you're not a part of my life anymore. You never have to see them. You never have to talk to them. You know, look at all the choices you just made. So, renewal, inspiration. Okay, and because this was right after, see the rise of the, oh, there we go. Rise of the divine feminine. Okay, renewal. Inspiration, the creative, divine, feminine essence, okay, being reborn. And he's telling her it's safe to come out now. I'm going to be the divine masculine, not the distortion anymore, so it's safe for you to come out now and reveal yourself, your creative gifts, your healing abilities, your intuition, shamanism, all this stuff, okay? So, oh, this was the one that was at the bottom of the deck. Regret. That was at the bottom, and this was at the top. Remember, your spirit is pure and perfect, which is your true essence. So there need not be any regret. You are perfect and pure and innocent. It doesn't matter if you were slamming dope and prostituting yourself. Okay? You are perfect and pure and innocent because you are rooted in spirit, and your spirit is eternal light. Flawless. Perfect. Beautiful, eternal. There's no need to cry, honey boo-boos. Right? Still beautiful though. Still high vibration, purple, right? Regret, still high vibration, because guess where it gets you? Because we can't stay there forever. That's a horrible feeling. It gets you to forgiveness, all these higher virtues, patience, forgiveness, mercy, compassion. You know, these the gifts of the Spirit. The Holy Spirit, God's graces. They're all based in love. True love. Which is unconditional. Okay, remember, heart's desire was there. That was the last one I showed, because when I pulled that last card, which I think innocence was on the top actually. And those were all under. Anyway, but sexuality and bone chicken brown brown. So either that way or standing up. Wow, he can really lift her up there. Or like, you know, he's on the bottom. Maybe they're really like flexible gym, maybe they're Russian gymnasts or something. Okay, so the butterfly cards. The tree one I want to read for you because it's magical. And I forgot to read the wren one, but it didn't matter because it ended up being silent anyway. So this was at the bottom. End of an era, okay? 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. These things are over. They're done. 360. So choose what you want to get rid of, and you need to once you remove it, remember, you can't let it creep back in, and this part or that part, it'll take over. It's like ivy, like blackberries, like, okay? So, end of an era. It's time for some things to end. Time to retire those things. Okay, so these two flipped out. That was the bottom of the deck. These two flipped out. And the next top card was emotions. Okay. Oh, and there's body changes right after that. So, yeah, we're coming back into our body. And yeah, I said that a while back where we're so, all the spiritual awakening, crown chakra, kundalini, pineal, decalcification. Now we're like, okay, we've come into we're like accepting. We're accepting interdimensionality and all these things. So it's like, okay, now it's safe, just like coaxing out okay, now it's safe, the body's coaxing us back in, like, okay, now it's safe to be back in the body again, and, you know, we can focus, right, because we were eating like crap, our sleep, oh God, right, it's getting, it's like funneling down, you know, like this, it's like, whoa, it's, okay, then we just, little by little, we chip away people, okay, beliefs, blah, blah, blah. And we get down, hone, focus, down to that center, that little blip right there where you are. That little pinpoint of light, okay? So you can travel light. So end of an era. Emotions was at the top. Okay, so the second card at the bottom of the deck was support. So you have the support and guidance. All right, they see how they support each other, give and receive, give and receive. The support of the pollination, the flower bears what it needs for the butterfly helps out by continuing the cycle of life, and everyone does their part. It's the natural flow of nature, life wanting to live. It's set up perfectly, right? I mean, I don't know if I could have come up with better. God did a pretty good job, I must say. I don't think I could have done it better. Maybe a couple things, but I'm just kidding. So the ones that flipped out, again, here's retirement, okay? This literally is like, I was getting routine too, like when you retire to go to bed at night, because like my son's going back to school, and like I want to get up an hour before he gets up, and he doesn't need to be up like 2.5 hours before he goes to school, so like an hour and a half is fine. You know, so I get up at 6 and he gets up at 7. He leaves at 8:30. You know, so when I go to bed at night now, I'm like, it's 8 o'clock. I'm starting to feel tired, and I look at the clock and it's always like 8 something. I'm like, you know, but early to bed, early to rise. And I really like to take advantage of the day when the sun comes up. I feel like I've wasted the day if I'm sleeping in. If I'm sick or something, that's one thing, you know, I was barfing the day before. But as soon as, you know, whenever I start feeling better, I'm like, yes, I like to move around, bring the sunlight in. I can't sleep in once the sky just starts to lighten up. The sun doesn't even have to have risen yet, and I just, you know, I might lay in bed, but it's just like I can't go back to sleep. We're, you know, processing our dreams and all that stuff, and just absorbing the being grateful for the abundance of warmth and comfort to have a bed and a blanket and all that kind of stuff, right? The cool air on your skin from the window, because it's in the morning, so it's, oh God. So I really love my hour to myself in the morning. So when you go to maybe some kind of routine as far as your sleep cycle, but this literally could be, and I was also dealing with that, retirement, like your money, your financial, in case of printing out my statement, you know, to get some resources going for my son, so you have to have proof of your income, assets, whatever. So have to do that, gathering all that paperwork and retirement statements, and so some of you might be doing that too. So the other one that flipped out. Oh, and this is the three. Okay, thank you, team. This is also retiring things from your life completely, like the 360 retirement of. Okay, total 360 exclusion. Okay, you're either gonna hold on to them, and they're gonna be a part of your life for a while. So you better decide if you really want that kind of permanency, not knowing how long they're gonna be a part of your life before you're gonna have this energy available to you again. So really think about the things that need to go, and let them go. 360 it, nix it. Okay. Maybe for some of you, some weight needs to go. Some weight, I need to probably lose about 5 pounds. So, but once I get, like, I'm doing my fasting again. When I'm sick, like, I don't want to cook, and if I'm hungry, I'll just grab whatever, microwave a potato and put ranch dressing on or what, just to get something in my, fill a hole, whatever, right? So, getting back, I was like, God, I don't want to walk on the street, the cement, blah, blah, blah. Let's do hiking, blah, blah. And then I just find all these perfect, the trail, right? It's just like everything just worked out perfectly. So, and it's right here in town. It's not like out, and I can just walk right there, boom, hitch onto a trail, and there's different ones you can take depending on how long of a hike you want to take. And it's not like you're going to get lost. It's just like a 1 mile little nook of, it's alpine around here, so there's trees everywhere. You know, but it's in town still. It's just like up the hill and it's right there, boom, boom. But so yeah, I'm really looking forward to nixing a little, just little tweak, just so it kind of, even just 5 pounds. They have these things that are like a big gelatinous whatever, and you look at what 5 pounds is, or throw it in 5 pounds in a backpack and put that in, just 5 pounds, and you'll feel it, just losing 5 or 10 pounds. It's there's so much more lightness. You can breathe better in your clothes and all that. So it's just about feeling good in the body again. Okay, not starving yourself. Or where are you comfortable, where you can enjoy your life the way you want to enjoy it. Grief work. But, that card that came up, body. So body's very important. Right under emotions was body changes. So a lot of people, maybe retiring bad habits that have to do with maybe emotional eating that is causing weight issues and body changes, okay? Or as you get older, your body changes. Even if you don't gain weight, your boobs are saggy, or you got more gray hair, or whatever, okay? So those are the kinds of things that, you could do a little bit about if you want to be all into the hair and makeup, and, but then that becomes kind of like a chore, and expensive and all that. But those are the kinds of things you kind of just have to surrender to. But I'm thinking more and more about longevity, health and longevity, and really incorporating things as routine into my diet. So, into my lifestyle. So diet, activity, mental stress being dissipated, all that. So grief work, I was kind of getting that for the masculine because of, he got like the 7 of Wands, and one of the cards said like, fluctuation. That was for the feminine, that's right. King of Cups, 2 of Discs was fluctuation. Oh, and 8 of Discs, that's right. So, and 2 of Cups. So, there was discord, the 3 of Swords, that was at the foundation, that's right. And King of Swords was at the center. So, very, very clear. See how, again, the sun is coming, peeking through there, that golden light peeking through the clouds, right? Everyone's getting prepared, the birds are flying over, he's erect, ready, right? But rested, but in position, right? Okay. Just like that student. He's not all hyper and he's excited, but he's focused and still. So the green man, the fool, was crowning. He got the wheel, the chariot, 7 of wands, which says rivalry, and 2 of wands. That's right, which is courage. And 2 of wands, you know, twin flames. So the rivalry, that's right. So, maybe some karmics or other people in their life might have to do some grief work. Not just karmics, but like parents and stuff. Maybe through their, like your twin, okay, so through their sons or daughters awakening, things have been reflected back to them. Maybe they're getting triggered, and wow, there's some grief in there that they didn't know was there, and they was in there, and they got to do some grief work. And that can happen, you know, when you're awakening. It might be hard for others to be around you because you're reflecting this light, so they can't hide things, and they have to be honest, and they can't lie to you, so that means they got to be honest and can't lie to themselves, and it could be very traumatic, okay, for people to face this stuff. So it's not that they can't be around you. They can't face it. It's like my mom and me. She just can't be. She just has so much guilt and whatever it is. Even though I love her, I forgive her. But you know, there's constantly going to be issues because she doesn't want to let go. She doesn't want to change and grow. And same with my best friend. So, you know. And another friend, it's like all they care about is getting a man, having a man, control, being right. It's like, I can't. That's why my dad's the only one that I talk to. I love them. When I'm done with this, I'm going to call him and talk to him. We've been playing a little telephone tag, but he's like, okay, yeah, I know, I knew I shouldn't have worried about it, because I'm like, Dad, don't worry. That's the last thing you should do. And I'm like, you should check your messages is what you should do. It's like, left you a message, but and then I saw a New Mexico license plate the other day. I'm like, okay, it reminds me to call my dad, and then I forgot, and then the next day he calls me twice. So I loved how he said, yeah, I mean, I knew you were fine. I just figured, yeah, she's probably just blowing everybody off for a couple days. And, you know, that's what we do, and that's what we have to do. So, as light workers, you know, you got to blow off the world, everything, for, you know, not nature, you know, but whatever. Blow off whatever. Even your team, you can say, you know, okay, I'm good, thanks. I know who my twin flame is. I'm solid. I got my faith today. Like, don't give me any signs or synchronicities or but then you'll probably get like interactions with birds and stuff like that happening. So it's gonna happen. It's life wanting to live, and they love your light and they enjoy your light and they want to be, you know. So but it's hard to get places sometimes because it's just like if you were gonna pick up litter everywhere you go. It's like you'd never get to the store or wherever you know you're running your errand. You'd never get there, you know. So it's like same with all this metaphysical stuff. Sometimes you just have to put on your metaphysical blinders and just like, I gotta get milk and eggs, butter, milk, eggs, butter, milk, just like have this mantra, milk, eggs, butter, milk, eggs, butter, milk, eggs, butter, whatever, you know, raw organic celery, raw organic carrots and kale, you know, and just like pit bull, bulldog, bull focus, you know, because even the good stuff, it's like, it can be a lot, right? But we're adjusting. Right? We're acclimating, we're recalibrating, we're integrating the fusion, the, what was the word? Seamless transition. Okay? So what flew out were two actually, Sparrow and Wren. Okay? And I'll read from that. And then one tree card came out. And that, if you watched the other video, you saw that. It's the giant redwood. And that's like that presence I was talking about, like that stature of the lion, like the heart of lion, not the roar. So, right, the tree is huge, right? Has a presence, just so much just energy, right? But it's still, and it's silent. right? And it's there in itself. So, and that's the back of that deck. That's going to be fun to use during the fall. Just all the time. I love the tree, so you know they're our fifth element. They're the fifth element. They're our helpers, and we're theirs. It's right. The butterfly and the flower, the flower and the bee. That symbiotic relationship is what creates more abundance. Is what needs to proliferate. The stuff that supports love and life wanting to live. So we got so much cards happening here. Let's do the tree first, and then I'll do the bird one. Wren came up again. Okay, so and sparrow. Oh. It's like an inner tube of roses. They all have nice nesty hair. Nesty. So this giant redwood is in the... That's right, it's in the flower, fruit, and seed section. Power. So, oh, and look how it, see, it looks like an opening. That looks like a person right there. I showed that. With their arms up. This is like their belly, their chest, their head, their arms are up here. These are their legs right there. So, but see that buck? See how he's like ready to enter? And it looks like, you know what it looks like. I'm just saying, like, when the student is ready, the master will appear, right? So, student's ready. He's ready to delve into that. You know, it's like a book opened up. You know, and he's going in there. So the giant redwood, let's see what the diva of the giant redwood has, what message. Okay, and it's majesty, okay, is the main word here. I love this booklet because it's in color. So, majesty. I am renowned for my, small, stateliness. That's right, stateliness, that majesty, right? Majesty, stateliness. I am renowned for my stateliness and my awe-inspiring size. I am majestic. I can teach you how to attain your potential too. I was just getting that teacher-student thing for the buck entering the tree, right? So that you are able to create your own power in the world and express your true self, just like that Queen of Wands from the Art of Life deck, okay? So you can know your true power and potential. True self, express your true self, that full crowning. I'm just absorbing these words for a second. Oh, I can teach you. The rings of the tree, right? They record time. It's like the farmer's, what is it? Not atlas. Farmer, what is it? Is it atlas? I don't know, old school, you know, they would have records of the crops that year. It was a bummer crop or an abundant crop, or if they had disease. The record, keeping track of all that. So that's what the trees do, those rings of time. They're record keepers. So the giant redwood, excuse me, is one of the most splendid trees in the arboreal kingdom, and is particularly noted for its immense girth and longevity. I was just talking about longevity. With some giant redwoods thought to be at least 2,000 years old. Oh, and I used to live in Sonoma County in a town called Cloverdale. Every town I've lived in, pretty much there. Not Geyserville. Kernville. That's where Armstrong Woods is the home of the giant redwoods. So, the groves in which the giant redwoods grow in California were once the province of Native Americans, who would undoubtedly have revered the trees, although details of their mythological significance have now been lost. The trees were an important source of medicine, and today the United Houma Nation of Louisiana, Houma, Houma, uses infusions of the inner bark to treat jaundice. Infusions, fusion, okay? And tincture, I'll be talking about that stuff and what, oh, and a synchronicity that I had with the thistle, with all the fours and the, okay. Talk about intuitive medicine, intuitive nutrition, like the angels will, like, I had a dream, I had a synchronicity with the birds and with the number 4 that day, and so it all came up, and then where it brought me and it showed me that flower that was growing maybe if I go over there I'll take a picture, I'll show you it's like right by the big number 4 sign, okay, with the crows cawing 4 times and then 4 caws in each call, 4 calls, 4 caws in each call. I had seen bunch of master numbers that day, 44, like at least twice. I know that stood out, so it had to have been at least twice, if not 3 times. So, and then right as I'm crossing the last street, and there's like 2 houses before I get to my house, the AT&T big truck, whatever, he like let me go because it was like figuring out something on his phone or whatever. So he like came, and so I thought I saw all these 4, so I looked back on the door to look at and it's 44449 or whatever. So 4 4s. Okay, then the crows with their 4 4s, and then I had seen a couple license plates before all that just had a couple master numbers of 44. And then we're at the tennis court, 3 4, just those 2 because they're across the street separate from court 1 and 2. And where the crows were at sign 4. Okay, so it's because we're at the bleachers where it's like shaded. So so it goes 3 and then 4. So I had to walk over there. They were calling me. I'm like 4. They did the calls. I paid attention to how many numbers, and I'm like, and then my son passed out in the stroller. And I'm like, I walked over there. I mean, we're in the tennis court, and it's just us, and it's latched or whatever. So there's the thistle, and I had a dream because I was concerned about my varicose veins because they were bothering me. I had a dream that the spirit doctors, okay, team God, okay, there was a doctor that removed the thing. I'm like, oh, you did it already, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and they were just like, oh, yeah, it's done, it's out, it's taken care of. Then I watched yesterday, I was telling this in the silent video, they didn't get the sound on there, but, so I type in twin flames and filter it for today, and someone's talking to this channel, she's talking about flower essences, and she has these essential oils, and I go click, oh wait, my fingers are so dry I can't. I go, oh, the dream, that's right, the milk thistle. I'm gonna look that up because all the synchronicities, okay, and then I didn't think of the dream until I looked up milk thistle. Okay, so all the 4s, the video with the flower essence. So I go, oh, okay, look up that thistle because with the 4s and everything. She triggered me to remember, not the dream, because that I didn't realize until when I looked it up, that I scroll down and like the last paragraph it says this group back in, I don't know, 1900s, whenever it was, this group of homeopaths, they used milk thistle as a treatment for varicose veins. See, this is the magic that I'm talking about. Okay, so I had that dream. And so as soon as I read that, I go, oh my God. Then it made me think of my dream. Okay, listening to her video triggered me to remember to look up the milk thistle because of all the synchronicities I had with the number 4 and the crows. Okay, so I'm like, thistle. And there was just one over by that sign. It was not anywhere around. It was just one bush, you know, a bunch of heads, but just that one bush. And it was right by the number 4 sign. Court number 4 sign. And so I knew that was significant. Oh, and then that tree, the linden tree, the first card that flew out of the tree deck, come to find out, I believe it's a mixture from using the seeds and the roots, unless that's the thistle, for itchy skin. Linden, they put it like in lotions. Linden, okay? You think of, there's lidocaine. It's probably linden with like novocaine. So linden helps with the itchy, all that, and then the cane, the like novocaine, cocaine. It's a numbing thing, right? So, I remember lidocaine because a friend of mine. Oh, anyway. But yeah, she went to go visit a friend, and somebody had scabies, and she got them, and then I was staying with her after high school and at her parents' house, and I got it. But a very clean person. It's just so we had to use this lotion. It was gone. No big deal. Nothing compared to what I deal with my skin. But so lidocaine, yeah. So now I'm like, okay, linden, okay. So yeah, with the thistle. So look at the dream, the synchronicities, the thistle. I saw flower essence, and I went, whoa, and it triggered. So and I'm like, okay. So instead of surgery, maybe we can, we always just, oh, I gotta get surgery. No, you don't. Well, no, they gotta remove varicose veins because they're all. It's like once it gets, how do you know it can't be restored? There's this thing called thistle that make a TV. So I'm using myself as a guinea pig. I don't do. First of all, like pain relievers. I don't do any like pharmaceutical drugs. Period. Let alone those. And because I like to be in control. Okay. If you do have a lot of pain, you have to use those, and until you have a tolerable level of pain. Some people, they just don't want to feel any pain. I want to feel. I want to know what's going on with my body. Okay. So pay attention to. You could have some kind of health issue, and you could be getting messages from the birds, from numbers. Follow your guidance. You don't know why you're being guided to walk over here and look at this number 4. Why is 4? Okay, I'm going to walk over there and see maybe there's something, a sign. But okay, so do it. Follow your guidance, okay? It can literally save your life. Seriously. Well, I think thistle, I think they also said something like, maybe they said gout also. Okay, so, so additional advice, do not underestimate yourself, either in terms of your natural abilities or your unique personality. So your unique gifts or your ability to change your life, change your body, lose weight, get healthier, Oh, my whole family, we're just overweight, it's genetics. No. Take control. Take your power back. Whatever it is. It could be something simple, like I'm going to start drinking black coffee, no sugar, no cream, just to cut out like freaking hundreds of calories just in a cup of coffee, okay? So you have so much to offer the world that there is no need to feel inadequate or to lack self-confidence. Let me show you the way. the giant redwood says, let me show you the way. And that's on page 73, which is a 10, reduces to 1, new beginning. My life path number is 3, and my twin and my son's life path number 7. They're both Leo rising. So, giant redwood. Okay. We love the trees. We love them. So, let's read Sparrow. Ren already read in another video, but I'll show you the card. And that flipped out, that stuck out to me because of it being cut off at the top. That was the only one that was trimmed too short. I thought they just didn't round the edges, but then I saw it was shorted, so they got extra trimmed. And Ren, writer, Weaver, my last name is, okay, so, and Ren starts with W-R, just like write or writer, okay, so, and this literally mentions poetry, okay, so any of you who are poets or want to be, doesn't matter if you're writing roses are red, violets are blue, that's how my poetry started too. And that rhymed, okay. I mean, you know, I was writing those when I first heard them. I'm like, poetry, what's this? You know, 3, 4 years old. But it doesn't matter if you're 104 years old. You want to start writing poetry? And all you can do is write roses are red, violets are blue. You can come up with some freaking amazing stuff with just that template, okay? So I encourage people to express themselves creatively through writing your emotion, writing music, okay? Lyrics or the musical part or whatever. Automatic writing. It's so therapeutic to get it out in that way because it's a very still meditative thing, okay? It's just a different aspect, okay? Working out and kickboxing could be meditative, doing dishes can be meditative. It's just another aspect, another way. It's just a more tapping into that creative, divine, mother, feminine flow. So this is Sparrow. Okay, they both flipped out together. So, I don't know if it's Sparrow or Swallow. I think one flies at night because I thought once, I was like, thought these bats were all flying around. I'm like, but it wasn't, I mean, it didn't seem, you know, because it was kind of like a commotion-y kind of place. I mean, it was a small little town, but there was a restaurant there and people walking back and forth, so I didn't really think bats would be flying. But I was like, whoa, there's like bats flying all around. And my boyfriend at the time said that they were, I think he said swallows. One of the birds they have really darted jet-like, so they can cut really quick in and out of the air, you know, so, but I know there's one that flies at night that I thought was bats, and it was, I don't believe it was sparrow. It had to have been swallows. Anyway, maybe it was bats and that person was wrong. But so, Sparrow's 32, which reduces to 5. Wren's 39 reduces to 3. All 9 self-sacrifice, self-cancel. So let's read this quickly, and then we'll be done with the reading, I believe. Oh yeah, I was going to pull... Oh, we're at one. Okay, so I'll pull a Buddha Wisdom card, one for the Divine Feminine from Kwan Yin. Sofan Chan is the... or Sofan Chan, the author of these, and then one for the Masculine. Buddha Wisdom. Okay, so we have Sparrow. And this is just a little, like, italic little poem extra at the bottom here that I'll read first. Oh my gosh, and this is on page 37. Where 73 was the tree one, and this is page 37. Just wanted to show you guys. Okay, another, if you don't know that it's new beginning time, you better get rid of the shit I swear to God, fucking get rid of the shit you fucking need to fucking get the fuck rid of. Because it's coming in for you. Take advantage of this. Dude. And then 73, okay? Those are the 2 spiritual numbers, 3 and 7. Christ consciousness, 7, God, okay, the spirit, the perfect spirit, and 3 is you down here, bringing that spirit into form. Through unconditional love, Christ consciousness. That's the master manifester, right? That consciousness, and you can tap into it. And you can tap into it, and you can tap into it. Okay, so you are engaging humanity. You are part of something great. You are open. You are sparrow. And interestingly enough, when I was a baby daddy, we were gonna make little tinctures to sell to the club and all that stuff, but he named his business Open, just simply O-P-E-N, the word open. So I thought that was pretty beautiful, actually. So I'm like, why didn't I think of that? That was good. But he's very much, he's Pisces. God, Pisces and Virgo, I swear, and a little couple Libras, one of my besties and my dad. So, and Cancer. Yeah, because Capricorn and Cancer, they get along really well. So I am Sparrow, the enlightenment of self. It's so hard to say this word when I have to read it. Self-worth. Okay, I am Sparrow, the enlightenment of self-worth. You got to put some air pressure behind it to get it out right. I am pride in simplicity. Pride and simplicity. Okay, dude. I keep saying dude because when it's like this and it all just lines up. Okay, so, right? The tree, the lion, the heart of the lion, not the roar. The presence, the majesty, the stateliness of the tree. I am simplicity. I am pride in simplicity. That's Leo. Right? Aren't they simple? They're pretty simple. Pride in simplicity and honor in the commonplace. Right. No matter where you are, honor. No matter if you're scrubbing toilets, whatever you're doing, honor. Have honor in your job. Have honor in who you are. Have honor in your faith, your love for God, and how much you know God loves you. Okay? You have that honor everywhere you go. Even back in the day, they were spraying black people with hoses on the streets. I can watch that stuff in history class. I'd start bawling. And I'd look around the room at the faces of the other people. And they weren't even like paying attention. They'd be like flirting and blah, blah, blah. And I'm watching the shit and I'm going like, are we like out of touch? These are humans and other humans. And look at what's happening. Total disconnect. Not connect. We're going against God and nature. Science. It's science. Even. Science is proving these laws. It's balance. It's, you want to call it as above so below, or you can call it with every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's laws. Well, it doesn't matter. Newton was a philosopher too. Okay? Philosophy, science, God, religion. It's all one. Okay? So we're seeing the oneness in everything, and we're dispelling all the myths. We're getting rid of all the distortions. Learning how to focus, so distractions don't have any power anymore. They only have power when they can take your focus away. When you stay focused, the distractions dissolve like that. Like magic. Just like what your body's doing when it's healing itself. It's binding, dissolving, and vanquishing. It grabs the thing, it takes its power away and dissolves its power, so it has no more power to infect you or reproduce, whatever, okay? And then it pushes it out. Pushes it out of your body. Vanquish. So it grabs it, binds it, bind, dissolve, vanquish. Does that not sound like a freaking movie of magic? This is what your body's doing constantly. This is what nature's doing. This, okay? This is what's happening. We went black again. Okay. So you go back to her and I go back to black. I was listening to the Amy Winehouse the other day. I was listening to a song and Amy Winehouse popped up. Oh, and Duffy. Oh, when I was waiting for my pizza, Duffy was playing I'm begging you for mercy. Why won't you release me? If you haven't heard of Duffy, and that's just like her poppy one, but I love it all. But Duffy she's so beautiful in one of her videos, something something Boulevard. She's just in the back of a car, the lip syncing. She starts crying. She looks at the cameraman, like she just wants to stop, and they just keep recording it. It's just so beautiful how authentic and real she's feeling when she actually wrote this thing. She's feeling the experience as she's just making a video, lip syncing it with a, or singing it. You know, a lot of people, they actually sing when they're doing that, but it's just beautiful. I'll put a link in the description box. I love her. Just that beautiful, vulnerable. So with the feminine too, you know, she's so talented and strong and tours the world, or what, I mean, that's all, you know, how it goes, but, and then she's just crying, she was crying and got to that vulnerable space where she thought she couldn't do it, and they just kept rolling. We're like, no, just gave her that little boost of encouragement, but not even no, just continuing, like nothing was changing, like this is it. This is the story. This is being in the now, right here. And to be so authentic and so vulnerable and so have the strength to just carry on and finish the video. It's just, you know, that noble goddess, okay? Oh. So, I am the bold agility you need to catch what is yours. So that Two of Pentacles, it came up for the feminine. And I was just talking about the feminine, that agility, okay, that Two of Pentacles, being able to acclimate, adapt, being agile, being light on your feet, not so heavy all the time. If you're high vibration, you're light on your feet, you can, right, like those moguls, when people are skiing, they got to have like jelly knees. They can't be, when you see their knees go boom, 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 it's because they got to let their hips and everything just flow. So their hip joints, they can't be locked. It's just got to be like, right? Skiing the moguls, I think it's called mogul, or I think it's moguls. Those a bunch of tiny little hills that, I mean, you look at their knees and you're like, are you kidding me? How do they not like just do that one time and like have to like be retired for the rest of their life? Look at their knees. But it's because they surrender to the flow, and they go with the flow, and they let the mountain tell them what to do with their knees, right? Okay, so that's agility. Listening to your guidance is going to help you to be more agile. So I'm the bold agility you need to catch what is yours. I am the adaptability required for new experiences, right? We want new things to come in. With newness comes life. This is how we live it. We leave the past behind, we usher in the future, and we stay present here in the now. This is living life. This is how it's done. What you seek eludes you, and I am here to help you find out why. Step outside of yourself and take a longer look. You may have missed a shortcut or have taken one by mistake. I am the hope of new pathways. I am the right place at the right time. I am the most efficient use of skill. I am the most efficient use of skill. You are encountering choice and the magnitude of its potential. Choice, potential. Come on, y'all. It's one time. It's go time. It's new beginning. Sometimes the best decisions require the least reflection, right? Just go. Sometimes you just need to shoot from the hip and go with your gut and just go with your first initial instinct. Because then we start going into doubt. It's like muddling with your painting. It's fine, it's leave it alone. And then you're like, no, wait again. And then now you just muddled all the colors in this big brown blob. Okay? When too many cooks ruin the pot or spoil the pot or something like that. It's good to collaborate, but then you gotta, everything balanced, right? Not moderation, but balance. So sometimes you think you're being diplomatic and incorporating others' ideas and of the ideas of others, and then ultimately you end up deciding to go with your first initial gut, you know what I mean? And you could have just went and had a sandwich instead or whatever, but instead of wasting all that time. So, so, you know, we got to look at, that's what it said, like remove yourself so you can take a longer look at it. Right. Because sometimes you'll realize you'll just come back to what you initially thought in the first place. So you got to think, you know, is it, maybe it's worth it for you to do that, and that's your process, but you got to think, is it worth it for you to do that, do it like that, for that to be your process, okay? Are you willing to sacrifice whatever you need to sacrifice, your time or whatever, for your process? So step outside of yourself and take a longer look. You may have missed something, okay, that's going to help you. So help you align to being in the right place at the right time, so that opportunities of abundance will be met with your approach, okay? Because what you seek is seeking you, right? It was right when you're ready for it, it's ready for you. I am the most efficient use of skill, right? Okay, you are encountering choice and the magnitude of its potential. Sometimes the best decision requires the least reflection. I am the spontaneity of a single fleeting moment where everything can change. I am the determination to cross difficult terrain. Trust your intuition. That's the last thing, boom. Trust your intuition. That's what I was just saying, like sometimes you do the process of being diplomatic and taking into account, you know, everybody else's perspective, and ultimately, and sometimes not, it just depends. What is the most efficient use of your time, energy, skill, energy. Okay, yeah, energy, energy sandwich. So, but you might arrive back at, I should have just trusted my intuition in the first place, right? Yeah, because you could have just taken an early lunch instead of, you know, calling a meeting. So let's pull one for the masculine first, for y'all feminines who are chomping at the bit. All right, let's see what we get. What wisdom from Buddha do we have for the divine masculine to wrap up this reading? These, all these cards were the same ones from the silent reading, except for these two last ones here, because just to make it its own entity. If there's anything that comes back up that I believe was in the other one and I left out of this one, I'll add a little bit under the description box or something. But oh wow, y'all didn't see that. Let me show you. Okay, so this just flipped right out. I didn't even read it yet. I'm just show you. What does it say? When your words are lies, where will your mischief end? Oh my gosh, the mischief. Right? The loyalty and the mischief of the dog medicine. When your words are lies, where will your mischief end? So what it's saying is kind of like the last final thing to be expressed is the words, the verbal expression, the outward expression of something. So if those are lies and false and not based in truth and light and love, then your whole system's infected with that, right? That's why the whole system, 360, this reboot, reset, it's a 360. So if you like your computer the way it's running slow and all, you don't want to clean out your cookies and shit, then fine. Then you're going to keep being impatient because your shit's not loading fast enough. You wonder why you're impatient, not because you need to take your power back. You need to trust in yourself and your abilities. You need to know that you're not alone and that your team is there to guide you, to help you. and that you can heal and you can do this and you can do new things that you've never done before and leave all your friends behind and make new ones. And start off in a career that you're a newbie. Have the confidence in your gifts. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing that. You're eternal. These gifts are eternal. Whether or not you tap into it, when you tap into it or not, that doesn't matter. Timing, age, all that stuff doesn't matter. Right place, right time happens when you are willing to surrender to your higher self. Then you see it unfold, align, truths reveal themselves. Okay? Divine Masculine. When your words are lies, where will your mischief end? Take that how you want it. Oh my God, look at the bottom. How hard is it to stand in truth? Exclamation point. How easy it is to lose yourself to desires. Does that not fucking confirm what the hell that other card just said? This was the bottom one. Dude, like, I was getting a little heated up right there, and now I know why, because this was at the bottom, and I'm still holding the deck in my hand. How hard is it to stand in truth? It's not a question, but it's saying, how hard is it to stand in truth? How easy it is to lose yourself in desires. Right? So do the thing that's hard. We're not weaklings. We can do the tough stuff. We don't want to just, I just want to do the easy thing. Get my dick sucked. You know what I mean? Just that kind of mischief. That when I see that word mischief, that's what I think of, like, oh, dirty little down on the DL giving you little winkies and I don't know. It's just gross, like impure, not noble goddess energy at all. Not that they can't embody that, but they're, you know, and then to think of your twin who's your mirror engaging in don't think of it. Okay, don't think of it then. I don't. That's why I'm not on Facebook or none of that stuff. But I'm just past it's part of the process. You have to obsess in order to purge that out. So there's no judgment there. So let's see what the next top card was. I'm interested now. It is better to do nothing than to do what is wrong. For whatever you do to yourself. That's so funny because I was just thinking there was something I forgot that I wanted to share, and there's probably other things too, but that made me think of something. I'm not holding, sorry. With my twin, his sexual addiction, you know, I was having a conversation, we were having a discussion. Well, I was trying to talk to him about it. And he was like, basically didn't really want to. He was just like, it's not a problem. It hasn't hurt anybody. And my response was, because he was like, it hasn't hurt anybody, or it's not hurting anybody. And I said, it's hurting you. It's hurt you. Look around. It's hurting you. And you're the most important person in your life. So what does it matter if it hurts somebody else or not? Is it hurting you? Wake up to you. What is it? What are you doing to you? Didn't one of these cards, the something about it beginning and ending with you, full circle? I mean, come on, it's all over this reading. The Divine Masculine really is deciding whether he wants to keep doing that distortion bullshit or be divine. This is not me personally feeling. I'm feeling the collective right now. That's why these cards are speaking to me. The exclamation point. I just get, because it's so easy, you know, and I'm getting fed up with people who, they're my age, they're 40-something years old, and they're still doing this stupid shit. Gotta have a man, gotta be in control, gotta be right. I don't want him, but nobody else can have him. It's just stupid. Are we back on? Okay. So okay. This is the Heart of Kwan Yin deck. And that was called The Truth of Buddha. Okay, so that was the Divine Masculine one. Now we're pulling from this deck. This is Kwan Yin. Nice, beautiful. Looks like a popsicle, that pink and yellow like those, what are those ones that are just like all orange, red, and yellow, like the lower 3 chakras? Big sticks. I want to say Astro Pops, so no, those are the red, white, and blue little rocket things. Those are good too. You know what I liked are those, okay, they were called Superstars. I got them at Food for Less. This was like, oh my gosh, like when I was in my 20s. Long time ago when I lived in Stockton. You could get a 4-pack. They were like those Astro Pops, but they were wider, and they were like cream bars, okay? And they were called Superstars, I believe, and it was chocolate and banana ice cream. 2 layers of each layered like that. Oh my gosh, those were so good for crap food that I used to eat back then. But oh my goodness. And you can make your own popsicles and ice cream bars. I was looking at this one recipe because I have my own ice cream maker, and I'm going to make using the rest of that raw milk. I have strawberries. I can make pumpkin ice cream, strawberry ice cream. So we might make a couple different kinds if I have something to store one of them in. So let's see if one was kind of sticking out there, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Come on, Divine Feminine. Don't be shy. It's safe for you to come out and shine. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Shine. Add that N to that and turn that shy into shine. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, I love when the message is coming like that. My team's awesome. I am not the mind, intellect, or body. I am not merit or demerit. I am the pure self. Oh, I got this before for myself. And what did I just say about one of these cards? I can't even remember which one, but I remember saying about how you're pure. No matter what you do, any sin, any whatever, you're pure. Okay? You're an eternal being of light. You're rooted in your spirit, which is perfect and pure. Okay? Your flesh, your soul, it's travel. It's got some, you know, some wear and tear on it. But this is the true you, the pure self. I am not the mind, intellect, or body. I am not merit or demerit. So I'm not known. Okay, I don't base who I am based on my accolades, my awards, my credentials. Okay, how much money I have, whether people approve of me or not, my age, my looks. Okay, so body. Okay, intellect. So you're not all these things. You are the pure self, Divine Feminine. Know that. No matter if you did stuff wrong and stuff got done wrong to you, especially sexual shit, or God, maybe you had a drug addiction and you did fucked up stuff. You are an eternal being of pure light, which is truth and love, which is unconditional and perfect. Now let's see, look at what the bottom it says. Mind that is established in true emptiness encompasses the universe. We can be empty when we let go of our fear, right? Because when you're empty, you're open. Like, no, I can't do that because of this and that. So you're just like holding on to all these things. I saw Patricia McNeely probably a year ago. I don't know how long. But she had the little blanket, right, with all the things all attached to it. Oh, no, I want to bring all. You can't bring all that into the next level. You have to empty yourself out. Because if you're not empty, you're still holding on to fears. It boils down to fear, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You're still, if you have to hold on to something and you can't let it go, it's a fear. It's an attachment. It's a security blanket. It's a crutch. Be open and fearless. Trust. Trust, don't crutch. So that was the bottom. And the top card when that flipped out was, in the silence of meditation, you acknowledge mistakes that you have made. You let them go. What did I just say about the pure? This just go perfectly. You gotta let go and trust. Free fall, baby. God's right there. They're down there. They're like, we got the we don't even need trapeze, whatever. They can just... They know that it's already encoded, that gentle landing, okay? Just free fall. You don't need an apparatus to help, just free fall. You're going to have a cush landing, but that's only if you trust. If you try to free fall and you don't trust, you're going to be clambering all the way down with all this heavy shit. You crash, bam, you're going to, you know, blood, barf, and broken bones. I used to, I worked with a teacher that used to say that, oh, no, you get to school, you know, unless it's blood, barf, barf, blood, barf, or broken bones. Nice B alliteration there, but, I kind of agree, but yeah, you know, some kids, they can't do school because they're just not set up like that. They're just lone wolves, you know what I mean? Okay, so, I hope you guys got a lot out of that, at least one thing, or at least one person got at least one thing. So I wanted to make that right, and I made it up by doing a little bit. I hope I got all the stuff from the other reading. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. 5/22, Saturday, August 19th. Alright. Till next time. Ciao, babies.